Not only are dogs one of the cutest units in WarGroove, they also serve some useful functions on the battlefield. They are inexpensive, fast, and function incredibly well as scouting units. Let's get right into things. Dogs have a maximum movement range of 5. Roads, bridges, plains, beaches, flagstones, and carpets all cost 1 movement tile to them. So as you can see here, they can cover a lot of distance on these surfaces. Forest and rivers cost 2, with the mountains costing 3. So if you see here, you can get only a maximum of 2 units of movement before having to venture outside, and rivers are the exact same value as forests. Mountains, as I said, take up 3, so you can only actually move 1 unit on mountains, but of course you can move outside of mountains. As you can see from this chart, these units here are the units that the dogs do more than 50% damage against. They include soldiers, other dogs, mages, archers, and amphibians. Unfortunately, they remain an easy to kill unit, especially when you consider critical hits. You really need to be careful about what kind of matchups you use with the dogs. These 5 will obviously do more than 50% damage from the dogs, but they are also going to deal a lot of damage back. Now, my advice would just be to avoid any encounters in which you don't have the type advantage. Critical hits, to perform a critical hit using the dogs, you must be adjacent. The target must be adjacent to another dog, so if we put a dog here and then we attack, you'll see the damage is 108, whereas here it is only 72. The critical hit on dogs is 150%, and yeah, let's get right into the strategies. Now, in terms of strategies, dogs have some awesome and unique uses. The first of these is Fog of War. Dogs can see into forests and reef tiles within their default sight range. So if you look here, when we put a soldier in, he can't see until he's directly adjacent to an enemy, whereas if we move the dog, even just here, it exposes a lot more enemies. This is also boosted if you put a dog onto a mountain tile. As you can see here, the dog is now able to see these 2 enemies in front. Being able to show hidden enemies makes the dogs have an indispensable function which no other units in WarGroove have. Swarming is probably the best way to use with dogs, as it allows you to maximize critical hits. So as you can see here, attacking this unit will deal 108. We can also move this dog around here and then deal 108 damage with this one here again, and also the same is true here. So if we move this dog around here, yet again 108 can be dealt to all these units. They're still fragile to attacks, but this is my favourite way of making dogs an efficient fighting unit. You can also see this through crit bolstering. Now essentially this is similar to swarming, and it can give uses to dogs which have low health, which would otherwise lead to their death. So if we put this full health dog here and then move the one with half health forward, you can see now it does 54 damage. Now this allows the dog to have its critical hit, and we'll just showcase this for the benefit of this guide. When we do attack this unit, it will nearly kill off our own unit, but this will allow you to have one more attack with dogs when otherwise they might die anyway. Like I said, it's a semi-effective way of slowly taking down bigger units too. Now stalling is another great use of dogs. So as you can see here, this golem would be capable of attacking my commander, but what you can do is you can essentially block off access using dogs and also the terrain. Of course, this terrain has been set up kind of for the benefit of this, but if you look here now, these golems are going to have to attack at least 2 of my dogs until they're able to access my leader. This is a common tactic I use, and it saved me a fair few times by giving you time to reshuffle the pack in order to gain the advantage. You know, we can move her away, or we could even move her into a better attacking position. This should be obvious, but I will emphasize that dogs are incredibly weak. Most units, including all of these units here that you can see, will deal at least 70% damage to them, and that's even before critical hits are involved. All core units, including all of these shown here, will kill dogs if they get a critical hit. Thus, it is crucial that you not only attack first, but also strategize in a way which minimizes the contact your dogs have with enemy units. The other issue you will see with dogs is that although they are able to travel long distances, their inability to not only capture buildings but attack them makes it a pointless move to push them towards strongholds or towns. As you can see here, this dog will deal 25% damage and this one will deal 15 to strongholds. Even when you consider a critical hit, it only goes up very slightly. So in essence, don't use your dogs to attack buildings. That's pretty much it, guys. I hope this was helpful, more helpful than the last one I did. I tried to do a lot more with it, and I still try to keep them relatively short just to be informative. If you've got any other strategies with dogs, then be sure to suggest them. Also, if you have any more improvements you'd like me to make, please suggest them. I really appreciate the feedback on the last one. It's the best video in terms of feedback and actual, you know, help I've ever done, and I'm really happy to be helping people out, beginners and maybe more intermediate players with some strategies. My name is Tom. Be sure to subscribe for more WarGroove guides, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.